good, everybody? This is CreamSpinachYo, and this is episode 7 of Math, Science, and Modern Warfare 3. And today we're going to talk about how to solve a very basic differential equation. And if you are unsure about what a differential equation is, a differential equation contains an equation relating one unknown function and to one or more of its derivatives. And so just let me stop right here, and as a caveat, in order to do this, you're going to need to know calculus. You won't need to know integral calculus, but you'll definitely need to know differential calculus. Now, I hated calculus. I absolutely hated calculus, but nevertheless, it is extremely important. It is probably one of the reasons why technology has advanced so much in the time since it was invented. And just caveat, you will need to know how to, you have to be pretty proficient with taking derivatives in order to do this example. So if you are unsure, feel free to watch. Learning is great. So, but I wouldn't. You can try it yourself, but it will require a lot of learning to understand how to do this quickly. A lot of learning and a lot of practice. And so we're gonna have one example, and this example of a differential equation is how you would solve it via substitution. This, in my mind, is one of the most simplest ways to solve a differential equation. And then another caveat: this is not how all differential equations look like or how they're supposed to be solved. The realm of this subject is immense. This was probably the most difficult class I ever took in college, and it wasn't even an upper division, so it was very complicated. So here's the example that we're going to talk about today. So we have that for all x greater than 0, so all positive numbers, we want to show that the function y of x equals 2x to the 1/2 minus x to the 1/2 times the natural log of x satisfies the differential equation 4x squared times the second derivative of y plus y equals 0. And now, if you are curious, those apostrophes, or as I like to call them, tick marks, if you see a y with 1 tick mark, it is the first derivative, and if you see a y with 2 tick marks, it is the second derivative. And keep in mind that both of those derivatives are with respect to x. So we want to solve this. Substitution seems like a pretty viable way to go, so let's try that, right? So let's compute the first derivative, right? The first derivative of our original function, which it should be very clear, is negative 1/2 times x to the negative 1/2 times the natural log of x. You can feel free to double check it, but you should take my word for it, because you're going to get the exact same answer. And same goes for this. The second derivative of y, we just compute the derivative again, but this time we compute the derivative of the first derivative. So we have 1/4 x to the negative 3/2 times the natural log of x minus 1/2 x to the negative 3/2 power. So now the big step comes. We have to plug everything in, right? So we plug our both derivatives that we computed back into the original equation we started with, right? We started with 4x squared times the second derivative times second derivative of y plus y equals 0, right? So here's what we get, right? We sub everything in, and we get this big long thing, right? We get 4x. Our original equation on the left, right? We have 4x squared times the second derivative of y plus y, and that equals all that lovely crap, and that equals 0. And you know what? I'm not gonna run you through that, because if you do the math, you just cancel everything out, and yes, it will equal 0. And that is how you solve one of many types of differential equations. Now, I could have easily gone and talked about separable equations, which you separate out the dy dx, and then you take the integrals of both sides and do all that stuff. But I figured that that would require a little more math, so this can be done, year one calculus, or first semester calculus. It can be done if you know derivatives by now. It should be able to be done. You might need to know a bunch of rules with natural logs and exponents and stuff like that, but it will be done. Now, I probably won't ever talk about differential equations ever again because, like I said, the subject matter is extremely difficult. So if this is the case, then guess what? We're not gonna talk about math and science for the rest of the commentary. Yeah. I just wanted to let everyone know that I really appreciate all the views and subscribers, and it's been really fun so far doing this YouTube stuff, and I definitely will keep doing it. Granted, so if I get a full-time job, hopefully that won't slow down my production of videos, but then again, that's why I have backups of videos. I have tons of videos already done in the pipeline, so I can upload one a week, and it's pretty easy because I can just go on my computer from my phone and upload it. So that is it. I don't really have anything else to say right now. I will be doing more physics-related stuff in the coming episodes because I feel like that's more. I feel like that's more approachable than the math stuff. I feel like people will understand it more. So I think that's all I got. Thanks for watching the video. I really, really appreciate it. Feel free to subscribe to the channel and like the video. Let's see, what else? Yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it, and have a fantastic day.